Control your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind, and you will control your life. That's not a slogan. That's a fact. In a world screaming for attention, drowning in noise, and ruled by reaction, your power lies in restraint, in clarity, in discipline. If you master these 4 things, there is nothing you can't overcome. And today, you'll learn how. Your mouth can build empires or burn bridges. Your mood can inspire growth or destroy peace. Your money can create freedom or trap you in chains. And your mind, it's either your strongest ally or your worst enemy. This isn't about surface-level motivation. This is about rewiring your entire operating system. Stoic philosophy and modern self-mastery will guide you. Because the power you seek has always been within you. It's just been scattered, undirected, until now. Before we dive deep, hit that like button, comment below with "I control my power," and subscribe for more life-changing content. This isn't passive entertainment. This is an awakening. Stay with me, because every second of this video is crafted to help you unlock the highest version of yourself. This is where the shift begins. Don't just watch. Transformation. Control your money, because if you don't, someone else will. Marcus Aurelius ruled over millions, commanded vast resources, and still, he reminded himself daily, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. That's not just Stoic humility. That's clarity. Because real power isn't about how much you have. It's about how little you need. Money is not evil. Money is not good. It is neutral, a tool. But that tool becomes dangerous when it controls your decisions, when it shapes your identity, and when it becomes the scoreboard for your self-worth. Too many people are slaves to the numbers in their bank account. They spend not because they value, but because they want to be valued. They buy status instead of building character. And in that trap, they sell their future to impress people who don't care. Your financial life is a reflection of your emotional life. If you're undisciplined with your mind, you'll be reckless with your money. If you don't understand your values, you'll chase what everyone else wants. And that chase never ends. It only drains you. That's why Stoics emphasize self-control, because he who governs himself governs the world. So let's get tactical. First, you need clarity. Where is your money going? If you don't track it, you can't change it. Every dollar you spend is a decision. Are you buying more problems or building more freedom? Are you investing in your growth or in your distractions? Sit down, get honest, know your numbers. Budget not because it's restrictive, but because it gives you power. Power to say no. Power to walk away. Power to choose your life deliberately. Second, prioritize saving and investing, not out of fear, but out of intention. Every dollar saved is proof that you are future-focused. Every investment is a brick in the foundation of your freedom. Don't wait until you have extra. Start with what you have. Build the habit. Build the mindset. Because the person who can save $10 can one day save $10,000. It's never about the amount. It's about the identity. Third, stop measuring your value by your possessions. That's what the weak do. They show off because they don't know who they are. But you build quiet strength. You don't need to broadcast your worth. It radiates from how you walk, how you speak, how you carry yourself. Money can buy things, but only confidence can buy peace. And here's the truth. Financial confidence isn't about stacking more cash. It's about building the skill to create income when you need to. Learn skills that are valuable. Get better at solving problems. Make yourself useful in a marketplace. That is wealth. That is power. That is the Stoic way. independent, resourceful, and free. But freedom isn't just about having money. It's about not being owned by it. Detach your emotions from your account balance. Don't let a good month inflate your ego. Don't let a hard month crush your spirit. You are not your income. You are your discipline. You are your mindset. You are your ability to adapt, build, and rise again. When you control your money, you build stability. You protect your energy. You give your future a fighting chance. You stop living paycheck to paycheck, not just financially, but mentally. You stop making desperate decisions. You stop tolerating jobs, people, and environments that drain you, because you've built options. That's what real money gives you. Not luxury, but leverage. So, understand this. Money doesn't make you powerful. Mastering money does, and that starts with awareness, continues with discipline, and ends in freedom. Don't chase money. Chase mastery. The rest will follow. Control your mouth. This is where discipline begins, not in the gym, not with your calendar, but with your words. Because your mouth is the gateway to your inner world. What comes out of it doesn't just affect others. It reshapes how you see yourself. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." But today, the world is loud. Everyone wants to talk. Everyone wants to be heard. Few want to understand. Fewer still know the power of silence. You cannot become powerful if your words are undisciplined. If your mouth moves every time you feel something, you are not in control. Your emotions are. Confidence is not found in how much noise you make. It's found in how steady you remain when everything around you is chaotic. The strongest man in the room is often the quietest one, because he knows his energy is sacred and his words are weapons. And a wise warrior never draws his sword without cause. Before you speak, ask yourself 3 things. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? These are not just moral filters. They are filters for power. Gossip drains you. Complaints weaken you. Petty insults reflect more about your insecurity than the target. But when you speak with intention, when your words are firm, respectful, and rare, you command attention without even trying. People start to lean in when you talk because they know it means something. The words you use shape the way you see yourself. Call yourself weak, and you will become weak. Speak like a victim, and you'll think like one. But speak from strength. Speak with clarity, and your subconscious will rise to match that level. Your mouth is a mirror of your mind. Control one, and you begin to master the other. And it goes deeper. Controlling your mouth isn't just about what you say. It's about when you choose silence. In moments of anger, in moments of judgment, in moments where ego demands you react. That pause, that breath, is the birthplace of emotional control. Anyone can yell, anyone can snap. But the person who can stay grounded and respond with clarity instead of chaos, that person is powerful beyond words. We live in a time where everyone wants to be louder, but you don't need to shout to be heard. When your presence is aligned, when your words are measured, when your tone is calm and your message is clear, people listen. Not because you're forcing them to, but because your energy commands it. Speak less, mean more. Let your silence build tension, and your words cut through the noise like a blade. Let your conversation reflect thought, not impulse. Speak with purpose. Speak with patience. Speak with presence. Because the way you speak determines how the world sees you, and more importantly, how you see you. Control your mouth, and you begin the process of controlling your life. You become the calm in the storm, the authority in chaos. the voice that doesn't chase validation because it already knows its worth. You're not here to be noise. You're here to be signal. So speak like your words matter, because they do. Control your mind, because everything else flows from it. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. What you allow to live in your mind will eventually show up in your life. That's not theory. That's law. You can have the best plans, the strongest goals, the perfect environment. But if your mind is chaotic, nothing will stick. The undisciplined mind is like an unguarded gate. It lets in fear, doubt, and negativity without resistance. But the trained mind, that's a fortress. That's power. Epictetus gave us a timeless truth. You become what you give your attention to. Read that again. You become what you focus on. So the question isn't, what do I want? The real question is, what am I feeding my mind with every single day? Because your attention is energy, and energy is life. If you feed your mind with fear, you shrink. If you feed it with comparison, you stagnate. But feed it with discipline, with purpose, with gratitude, and you grow beyond anything you thought was possible. Most people never question their thoughts. They think a thought is truth, but it's not. It's just a pattern, a suggestion. And if you don't take control, those patterns will become your prison. You'll live small. You'll stay anxious. You'll sabotage progress every time you get close to the edge of greatness. Because your mind wasn't trained for expansion, it was wired for survival. That's why you have to rewire it. Daily. Start simple. Read. Every page is a weapon in your arsenal. Don't just consume information. Consume wisdom. Read to challenge your old thinking. Read to expand what's possible. Meditate. Sit with your thoughts. Observe them. Don't chase every feeling like a dog chasing cars. Learn to pause. Learn to be still. That stillness becomes your strength in chaos. Visualize. See the highest version of yourself. Speak it into existence with daily affirmations. That's not hype. That's mental programming. You're already affirming something every day. So do it consciously. Replace "I can't" with "I will." Replace "I'm not enough" with "I'm building strength." This isn't about lying to yourself. It's about choosing the narrative that empowers you. And when doubt whispers, when fear creeps in, when that voice in your head says you're not ready, challenge it. Argue with it. Show it receipts of everything you've already overcome. Reason is your ally. Facts are your ammunition. Don't just believe every emotion. Inspect it. Is it true? Is it useful? Or is it just noise? When your mind starts to spiral, breathe. Ground yourself in the present. Focus on what you can control. That's where Stoic power lives. In presence, not in panic. You'll never control the world around you, but you can always control the world within you. And that's what separates leaders from followers, warriors from wanderers. The ability to hold your mind steady in the middle of the storm. Understand this. Mental control isn't a switch you flip. It's a muscle you train. And you train it daily, through discipline, through reflection, through choosing the right thoughts over the easy ones. Most people fold when life gets hard, not because they're weak, but because their minds were never prepared. But if you do the work now, if you build the mental habits, the emotional resilience, the inner dialogue that lifts you instead of limits you, then when the storm comes, you won't break. You'll rise. The mind is the master key. Control it, and you unlock every other part of your life. Your mouth, your mood, your money. None of it stands without a disciplined mind. So sharpen it, strengthen it, feed it like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. The battle is always internal, and those who win it, They win everywhere. Control your mood, because the most dangerous thing in the world is not what happens around you. It's how you react to it. Seneca said, "A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not." That's not passive acceptance. That's strength. That's clarity. That's the kind of inner power no one can take from you. Your emotions are not enemies, but they are not rulers either. They are signals, not commands. Most people live like slaves to their mood, happy when things go right, angry when they don't, insecure when they face judgment, defeated when things get tough. That's not living. That's emotional dependence. If your peace is determined by what someone else says or does, you're not in control. They are. Stoicism doesn't ask you to suppress your emotions. It demands you rise above them. To feel anger, but not become anger. To feel sadness, but not sink into despair. Emotional control doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you don't fold. You observe the emotion. You study it. You listen to its message, and then you decide how to act. Not from a place of panic, but from power. When you control your mood, you control your energy. And when you control your energy, you become a force that people trust and respect. In a world full of emotional volatility, the calm person becomes a lighthouse. People are drawn to those who don't crumble when the pressure hits, because calmness is rare. And in scarcity, there is power. Anger is not strength. Rage is not power. Emotional outbursts might feel good for a second, but they leave wreckage behind. Damaged relationships, poor decisions, and regret. The person who can hold steady when provoked, who can smile in discomfort, who can walk through fire without losing their composure, that's the person who wins long term. So how do you build that kind of emotional discipline? It starts with awareness. When a trigger hits, pause. Don't act. Don't react. Just breathe. Say to yourself, "This is not me. This is a temporary wave. I will let it rise, and I will let it fall, but I will remain still." This is how you shift from emotional reaction to conscious action. Then, redirect. Instead of lashing out, write. Instead of sulking, move. Instead of spiraling, breathe. Build rituals that protect your peace. Morning stillness, journaling, nature, breathwork. Whatever helps you re-enter, make it your shield. Because no one is coming to save your mind. You must become your own guardian. The truth is, if you can't control your mood, your decisions will always betray you. You'll say things you don't mean. You'll sabotage relationships. You'll quit on your goals, all because you couldn't master a moment of discomfort. But the opposite is also true. If you can stay grounded when life shakes you, if you can choose discipline over drama, you rise. Every single time. Confidence is built in those quiet moments when you choose composure over chaos. When you walk away from the argument. When you breathe through the stress. When you lead with patience instead of pride. These are the choices that separate the emotionally weak from the mentally strong. You want to elevate your life? Start here. Train yourself to pause, to reflect, to respond instead of react. That is emotional intelligence. That is power. That is Stoicism in motion. You are not your mood. You are not your impulse. You are not your worst day. You are the one who watches it all and chooses something greater. You've just been handed the keys: mouth, mood, money, and mind. These aren't just words. They're the pillars of power, the foundation of every strong, unshakable human being. Master these, and life won't control you. You'll control it. When the pressure rises, when the world tests you, you won't fold. You'll stand firm, clear, and composed, because real strength isn't loud. It's rooted. Rewatch this video, not once, not twice, until every word becomes part of your mindset, until silence becomes strength, until emotional control becomes your reflex, until your money moves are made from purpose, not pressure, until your mind is trained like a warrior preparing for battle. If you're locked in, if you're ready to rise, comment, "I control my power," below. Hit that like button to keep this energy alive. Subscribe and turn on the bell, because we're just getting started. This isn't a one-time motivation hit. This is a movement. Remember, don't wait to feel powerful. Decide to be powerful. The world doesn't give you strength. You take it. I'll see you in the next one.